This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
I don't know if you guys saw what I would call a disturbing piece by Dane Lillard. And Dane is not happy about the possible way they're going to come back to the NBA. And so he says he's only returning to the NBA if his team is given a legitimate shot at the playoffs. Lillard is threatening to sit out games if the NBA won't guarantee the Trailblazers a true opportunity for the playoffs to return. He says, I'm not going to be participating. I'm telling you that right now. The superstar guard told Yahoo Sports in a phone interview, and you can put that crap in there. The NBA has been kicking around the idea of shortening the regular season for its comeback, reportedly eyeing a possible plan for a few regular season games followed by the playoffs. But Lillard says that just isn't going to fly with him because if Portland, which is 3.5 games out of the 8th spot, all right, doesn't get a fair shake, he's out. He says if we come back and they're just like, hey, we're adding a few games to finish the regular season and they're throwing us out there for meaningless games and we don't have a true opportunity to get into the playoffs, I'm going to be with my team because I'm part of the team, but I'm not going to be participating. He goes, if they come back and say it's something like a tournament playing style between the number 7 and 12 seed and we're playing for playoff spots, then I think that's perfect. The NBA has yet to set a date. Now, let me tell you something. Here's where Dane Lillard starts to lose me as a fan. Okay, first of all, dude, you guys had a pretty good year last year and you choked like dogs in the playoffs. If I'm correct, last year, they had a terrible run in the playoffs, right? And so now your team, again, has pretty decent talent. I know you haven't gotten your regular center back, that you've got Whiteside. But the fact is, you haven't played well enough to be in the playoffs. So why should I have any sympathy for you? That's the part I don't understand. When does Dane Lillard actually look in the mirror and say, well, you know, me and CJ haven't done enough to get this team in the playoffs. So if there's only a couple games, that falls on you, dude. You didn't get it. You didn't get your team in the playoffs. Don't blame the NBA. Don't blame the NBA who's adjusting to a pandemic. Meanwhile, mothers and fathers and businessmen and all kinds of business people are adjusting to a pandemic. And they're doing things that they normally wouldn't do. And their businesses are adjusting in ways they normally wouldn't adjust. So Dane Lillard is not willing to adjust with whatever everyone else has to do. And the rules that everyone else lives by. Because last time I checked, whatever they decide in the NBA, it's all 30 teams. It's not only Portland. There isn't any special rules for Portland. We're not making Portland do something that nobody else has to do. Everybody else has to. You know what I compare it to? Our beloved Panthers. And the Panthers got lucky that they put together a 2014 format, and that's, the only way that a Dale Talon team can make the playoffs. I get it. You got to have 24 of the 31 teams. So you can have a play-in tournament there. But if hockey wanted to allow the top 16 and they said, we're only going to have a couple games to fine-tune and then we start the playoffs with the top 16 and the Panthers are out, that's their damn problem, dude. So I'm not treating Portland any different than I would treat our own team. But I find Lillard to be a little bitch whining and complaining about that. If your team's not in the top, come on, man. 16 teams make the playoffs. If you can't be a top 8 seed in your own conference in that league or in hockey, then you got nothing to complain about, man. Because that's a boatload of teams that are making the playoffs. When 16 of 30 teams are making the playoffs, that's a lot, ladies and gentlemen. It's way too much as it is. And Dame Lillard he thinks he's Nico Toscani, that he's above the law. Because it's not satisfactory to him that the league has to adjust. Everybody has to play by our rules, by the same rules. We all have to just, hey, it's a pandemic. There's a lot of people doing a lot of things they don't want to do. And there's a lot of people that can't do anything. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of them are watching us right now and listening. They would love to work, and they can't work. They would love to have an opportunity to go earn a little extra money so they can put a little more food on the table, so they can maybe pay some bills, because now they're falling behind in the rent 2-3 months. They're falling behind in car payments. They're falling behind in credit card payments. And this is not a time to be complaining about pretty much anything. Right now, whatever opportunities you may have, be blessed to have those opportunities. So Damian Lillard, let me tell you something, dude. Be blessed that you're making millions to play a basketball game. And if they have a play-in tournament or not, whether you're in or you're not, you're gonna live a great life. Be blessed, bro. There's a lot of people out there that are going through some tough times. I mean, in fact, most of us are going through tough times. We grind our show every day. We got a fraction of the sponsors that we had. Why? Because, unfortunately, they all closed. What are you going to do? But we're going to stay loyal to our sponsors, and they'll be back eventually. And, and hopefully you'll be loyal to our sponsors who stay loyal to us. But that's the part of this adjustment. Yeah, both of us aren't making the same kind of money we were making before. It's not going to stop us from working. We're appreciative that at least we still get to do this. And that's what I think Lillard is not. I don't think Lillard's appreciative enough of where he is and what he's doing to say, "Oh, I'm not going to play." You're going to pull a Scottie Pippen, Dane Pippen. Is that what we're going to call you now? I'm just saying, Dane Pippen. Damian Pippen. Okay. All right. I mean, hey, listen. It worked out for Scottie, right, Damian? Just want to remind you that. 30 years later, Scottie, he gets praised all the time for sitting out. He never gets criticized. And you know what, Damian? Don't worry about sitting out on your team. People will forget about it. They won't write about it. They won't do anything. Don't worry about it, bro. You can sit out. People will forget. They won't ever bring it up again. Trust me. Ask Scottie. He's living a happy life. He loves it. He sat out. He'll do it again, too, by the way. Okay? Just want to say, Damian, if you want to be Damian Pippen, enjoy yourself, my brother. Have fun.